stop right now. Seriously, stop. Before you click share on that next video, before you retweet that outrage-inducing headline, and before you send that meme to your group chat, you need to understand something terrifying. You are being played. Every single time you feel that urge to share content, you think it's your choice. You think you found something funny or important or shocking, and you just have to show your friends. But you are wrong. That urge didn't come from you. It was engineered. There is a dark psychology behind why certain content explodes online, and it has almost nothing to do with the quality of the video or the truth of the article. It has everything to do with hacking the vulnerabilities in your brain's operating system. Today, we are going to reverse engineer the viral code. We are going to look at the machinery behind the screen that turns rational human beings into mindless sharing drones. Once you see how the trick is done, you will never look at your feed the same way again. So, why do we share? Why does one video get 10 views while another, seemingly identical one, gets 10 million? To understand this, we have to look at the first psychological trigger, the curiosity gap. This is the oldest trick in the book, but in the digital age, it has been weaponized to a dangerous degree. The term was coined by George Lowenstein, a behavioral economist, who described curiosity not as a pleasant desire, but as a mental itch. It is a form of cognitive deprivation. When you see a headline that says, "You won't believe what happened next," or a thumbnail with a red circle around a hidden object, your brain identifies a gap between what you know and what you want to know. Here's the dark part. Your brain processes this information gap the same way it processes physical pain. It is uncomfortable. You literally need to click to relieve the suffering of not knowing. Viral content creators know that if they can induce just enough pain, just enough mystery, you will click and share just to close that loop. It is not about interest, it is about relief. But curiosity is just the hook. To make you share, to make you become a carrier of the viral virus, they need something stronger. They need to hijack your nervous system. This brings us to the second and perhaps most volatile trigger, high arousal emotion. A few years ago, researchers at the University of Pennsylvania analyzed 7,000 articles from the New York Times to see which ones made the most emailed list. The results shattered the conventional wisdom. People didn't share the most useful articles. They didn't share the most well-written ones. They shared the ones that physically engaged their bodies. But here's the nuance that most people miss. It isn't just emotion. Sadness is an emotion, but it is a low arousal emotion. When you're sad, you want to curl up in a ball and do nothing. You don't share sad content. Viral content relies on high arousal emotions, awe, excitement, anxiety, and the most powerful one of all, anger. Think about the last time you saw a political post explode on Twitter. Was it a nuanced, balanced take on policy? No. It was rage bait. It was designed to make your heart beat faster and your blood pressure rise. Physiologically, high arousal gets you ready for action. In the ancestral environment, that action might have been running from a lion. In the digital environment, that action is hitting the share button. When you're angry, you share because you want to shout. When you're in awe, you share because you want to connect. The puppet masters of the internet know that if they can keep you in a state of high physiological arousal, constantly angry, constantly anxious, or constantly amazed, you will work for them for free, spreading their message to everyone you know. But wait, it gets deeper. There's a reason you share things specifically to specific people, and it has nothing to do with them. It's all about you. This is the third pillar of viral psychology, social currency. We live in an attention economy, but we also live in a reputation economy. Every time you share a piece of content, you're making a bid for status. You're telling the world, "Look at me. I'm the kind of person who knows this funny joke," or "I'm the kind of person who cares about this social justice issue," or I'm smart enough to understand this complex science. This is pure narcissism masked as communication. We share things that make us look good. It's a concept called signaling. If I share a breaking news story before anyone else, I signal that I'm in the know. I gain status in my tribe. If I share a secret hack or hidden truth, I feel like an insider, and by sharing it, I invite you to be an insider too, which raises my value in your eyes. Viral content is designed to be a status symbol. It makes the sharer look cool, smart, wealthy, or virtuous. If a video makes you look bad, you will bury it. If it makes you look like a hero or a comedian, you will broadcast it. The content that explodes is the content that acts as the best makeup for your digital ego. However, even if you understand curiosity, arousal, and status, there is one final mechanism that locks this all together. It's the reason you can't put your phone down even when you want to. It's called the variable reward schedule. This is the same psychological principle that makes gambling addictive. In the 1950s, psychologist B.F. Skinner put pigeons in a box. If they pecked a button and got food every time, they pecked only when hungry. But if they pecked the button and only got food sometimes at random intervals, they became obsessed. Your social media feed is a Skinner box. You pull down to refresh the peck, and you don't know what you're going to get. Maybe it's a boring ad. Maybe it's a photo of your friend's lunch. But maybe, just maybe, it's that one piece of explosive, high-arousal, curiosity-inducing content that gives you a dopamine hit. Because you don't know when the jackpot content is coming, you keep scrolling. And more importantly, you keep sharing. Sharing is part of the loop. When you share, you are rolling the dice again, waiting for the likes and comments to roll in, your secondary reward. The platforms prioritize content that reinforces this loop. They show you things that others have shared, because the algorithm knows that if they acted like a pigeon in a box, you probably will too. So, where does this leave us? It leaves us in a world where the content that rises to the top is rarely the content we need. It is the content that exploits our biology. It is the content that hurts us, angers us, and turns us into vanity-obsessed broadcasters. We are overstimulated, constantly outraged, and addicted to the validation of strangers, all because we haven't stopped to look at the strings attached to our limbs. The next time you feel that burning urge to share a video, pause, just for 3 seconds. Ask yourself, am I sharing this because it adds value, or am I sharing this because I was tricked? Did this headline open a curiosity gap I'm desperate to close? Did this video spike my cortisol and make me angry? Am I sharing this just to signal to my friends that I'm smart or virtuous? If the answer is yes to any of those, don't share it. Break the chain. The algorithm only controls you if you let it. The most rebellious thing you can do in a world designed to make you explode is to remain calm, stay silent, and keep scrolling. If you found this analysis fascinating, or if it made you rethink your digital habits, you know what to do. Or maybe don't share it. Keep this secret knowledge for yourself. But if you want to understand more about how your mind works and how to protect it, make sure you are subscribed. We're just scratching the surface of the dark psychology around us. I'll see you in the next one.